So glad you're watching NFL Live. Time for smart lineup decisions informed by IBM Watson. Field, take us through the top fantasy storylines this week.
Yeah, Laura, it's already tough enough without guys like Justin Fields at the quarterback spot, but we won't have Lamar Jackson on Sunday and potentially no Trevor Lawrence as well. He's been pretty good for fantasy over the past 4 weeks. And if you're looking for an option to replace Lamar Jackson, look at his backup, Tyler Snoop Huntley, who actually played pretty well last week, filling in for Lamar Jackson. And last segment, we talked about how excited we are about that Lions-Vikings game. Jared Goff could be in for a big Sunday as well, as that Vikings defense has been quite vulnerable. Let's go to Seattle, where it seems uncertain that Kenneth Walker III will be on the field on Sunday against Carolina. He's got that jammed ankle. Hasn't practiced yet this week. Unfortunately for Seattle, DJ Dallas might not be available as well, which could mean that Travis Homer, who's been practicing all week, he missed last week's game, could be the lead back in this backfield. Really productive player at Miami, very good at the passing game as well. Seattle really likes Travis Homer. You should too on Sunday. And then finally, the Dolphins backfield, sort of the theme of the week. There are some backfields that have more than one guy who you can count on. You just don't know exactly how much you can count on that player. Jeff Wilson Jr. had been red hot for the Dolphins going into last week, and he had one total touch, Laura. That being said, he's got a great matchup. As a matter of fact, one of the best matchups any running back can have against the Chargers on Sunday. Both Raheem and Raheem Mostert, fantasy viable for me for Week 14.
We love it, Field. You're back in just a moment with a really important 49ers update. But continuing with the 49ers, Brock Purdy went from Mr. Irrelevant to majorly relevant in a matter of moments last week when Jimmy G went down with his foot injury. Now, this week he's starting against the Bucs and Tom Brady. But Purdy feels like he's ready for this moment. Either way, Brady loves San Francisco. Here's why.
You know, I was just a lucky kid growing up in the Bay Area. It was a great place to grow up, and it was just a great time. There was so many great players, a great era of football. And I loved the 49ers. I loved them through college. And then when they skipped over me 6 times, I started hating the 49ers. And that's just the way it went down.
All right, so it's actually love-hate. But anyway, Brady will have a tough task against this 49ers defense on Sunday. In this season, San Francisco's defense leads the league in points, yards, and touchdown-to-interception ratio. They also get after the quarterback, recording the 5th highest sack rate in the league. Brady didn't really like it when you get after it, right? Okay, so Marcus, how can the Bucs handle, excuse me, we're going to Field Yates first. It'd be funny, though, if I thought you were Marcus, because you guys really don't look alike. What's
happens
going
all
on?
the time, Laura.
I know it happens. Right, exactly. We're going to start calling Swagoo Babyface Swagoo. Anyway, to the real Babyface. Right. What's going on with Nick Bosa? Because I think this is probably getting overlooked a little bit.
Yeah, that graphic you just saw might be a little bit less relevant on Sunday with Nick Bosa on it, because for the 3rd straight day, he was not in the practice field to begin the session earlier today. He's got a hamstring injury, Laura, and as we know, the 49ers have just been completely demolished by injuries throughout the season. Of course, Jimmy G being the most recent one, but it sounds like there's a real chance Nick Bosa will not be available on Sunday for San Francisco. They're so talented that the defense will still be a major challenge for the Buccaneers, but as far as dominant defensive players go, he's in the same breath as the Micah Parsons of the world for best players on defense this season in the league.
Yeah, Marcus, what do you think about this potentially being an issue in this game without Nick Bosa?
Well, it's absolutely huge. I mean, we saw the amount of pressure that he put on Tua with this against Miami, and Donovan Smith, the left tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he's either giving up a sack or he's holding. That's where he is right now. So this would have been a favorable matchup for them. I think, too, this could be an ultimate trap game. I didn't have that information that Babyface just gave. This could be an ultimate trap game for the San Francisco 49ers. I know it's crazy to say that the 49ers could have a trap game because of how well they've been playing on defense, but this is one you really got to pay attention to if you're them and not get complacent and look at what Tampa has done offensively and think about how you can get a pass rush and how bad this offensive line has been. I believe tempo should be added to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive plan early. But on the other side of the ball, Brock Purdy is going to see different things. There's a blueprint. I tell y'all all the time, it's hard when you get the guy out there for the first time. The first-time quarterback, and RC can speak to this too, you don't know tendencies. You don't know what he likes. You don't know where he struggles at. You don't have a plan or a litmus on this guy about what he can do. The second time around, it gets a little bit different. So he has some things that he's probably going to have to overcome as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know that this Bucs coaching staff and all their film study people have been watching Brock Purdy like it's their job all week, because it is their job. So now Brock Purdy gets his first start. What are you watching out for?
Yeah, I agree with Marcus. I think it's going to be more challenging. And I say that as someone who was really impressed by Brock Purdy in his first start, particularly against the blitz. He went 7 for 10. He did throw a pick, but he had that incredible throw to George Kittle. But let me say this. Miami blitzing, Tampa blitzing, two different things. Whatever you think of the job Todd Bowles has done as a head coach this season, the dude can still design a blitz. There will be stunts. There will be overloads. There will be Vita Vea suddenly dropping into coverage, clogging your passing lane like a moon eclipsing the sun. He is going to be unprepared for some of the stuff that is coming his way. So for me, that could come down to, that could be a big factor in what the Niners do on offense, whether Brock Purdy can overcome some of those exotics.
Solar.
You know what I'm talking about? Hey, along with the moon eclipsing the sun, the one thing that we know about this offense of the San Francisco 49ers is they want to catch the ball, they want to get in space, and they want yards after the catch. Well, along with that moon, that's an eclipse, they got meteors at linebackers, right? They got people that are running sideline to sideline, and they are hitting and they are flying. And when you think of Levante David, you think of Devin White, this is a team that wants to get in the game where it's about running sideline to sideline, wants to get in the game where it's about being able to cover in space. And they can do that with the best of them. Also outside, when you think of what Dean and Carlton Davis could do, the one thing is that they're physical. These aren't dudes who are small or smallish, want to be quick in and out of cuts. Right. They'll also tackle. So I do believe that Brock Purdy is going to be faced with a lot defensively that he didn't see last week from the Miami Dolphins. And so this game could be a lot closer than people are expecting, even with Tampa Bay not being able to score well. So I want to see how he executes in this new phase of what the San Francisco 49ers offense will be, because it will be tailored around Brock Purdy.
Yeah, the odds makers have the 49ers as 3.5 point favorites
Man.
in this game. We've gotten so
Hey, you remember them boys' haircuts on Meteor Man?
Okay.
When they had the blind joints?
I love it.
They was blind.
Let's see who we're picking in this one. We're going to throw the picks up on the screen all at once. And I want to ask you guys, is anybody wanting to change their pick? Because we got a lot of 49ers picks up here. I was picking the Bucs no matter what, because I just don't see Tom Brady losing to Brock Purdy. I know they're not.
I'll go Tampa for the cause. I will take Tampa for the cause. I just talked myself into it defensively.
This whole conversation we had, we do the picks and then we go on the show, and sometimes I change my mind after listening to you guys talk on the show. Now I'm not so sure.
Wait, Mina, did you change?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Are you sticking with the
let's
Niners?
stay where we
No,
at.
I'm going to stick with San Francisco.
Okay.
I think that San Francisco D-line is going to have Tom Brady in hell.
Nope. Well, there you go. All right, let's see if we can continue to eclipse the day here. I feel like that's what we're doing. Oh, look, we did a change. We got 2 on the Bucs now and 2 on the San Francisco 49ers. Coming up next, Tua Tagovailoa struggled last week in the Bay, but someone here says this week against the Chargers is the perfect get-right game for the quarterback. Stay tuned to find out why. We'll be right back. Man, what are we doing today?